Time now 6:06. President Trump starts his full day back in office today, signing several executive actions on immigration, federal workers, and energy. The president also pardoned about 1,500 people involved in the January 6th riots. It was a hectic day for Trump, who was sworn in at the U.S. Capitol before attending numerous inaugural events. CBS News correspondent Jared Hill reports from Washington.
So help me God.
And with that, President Donald J. Trump began his second term. In his speech, he vowed to rescue a nation that he described as in decline.
The golden age of America begins right now.
In the midst of the inaugural parade, moved inside a D.C. arena due to frigid temps, and inaugural balls, where he danced with First Lady Melania Trump. The president signed roughly 200 executive orders, rolling back dozens of Biden-era policies in the process, including pulling the U.S. again out of the Paris Climate Agreement. President Trump also offered clemency to all of the nearly 1,500 people charged or convicted in relation to storming the U.S. Capitol on January 6th.
We're going to release our great hostages.
Their supporters demonstrated outside a D.C. jail last night. President Trump is already facing legal challenges over his executive action creating the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, and another that attempts to end birthright citizenship, which is enshrined in the Constitution. Trump also signed an order declaring a national emergency on the southern border and others targeting immigration. Nationwide, cities are already bracing for mass deportations.
People are afraid. People don't want to leave their homes. People don't want to send the kids to school.
Meanwhile, the Senate yesterday approved its first of Trump's cabinet picks, former Florida Senator Marco Rubio, now to be Secretary of State. Jared Hill, CBS News, Washington.
Among the roughly 200 executive orders signed by President Trump, one of them could affect Arkansas, directing the U.S. Attorney General to ensure that states have access to lethal injection drugs. The order also ends the pause on federal executions. Arkansas last carried out executions in 2017, putting 4 men to death before the state's drug supply ran out. On the federal level, only 3 people remain on death row after President Biden commuted more than 30 sentences to life in prison last year.